Building Rural Wealth, again, Denise Miller and Ashleigh Franco. Protecting your digital dollars, cybersecurity, and scams. Okay, Ashleigh, we talk about this stuff quite a bit, but why does cybersecurity matter?
Well, it affects nearly everyone, really anyone who goes online. There are always scams, data breach, and digital fraud, and sometimes it's really hard to know, hey, what's true, what's false, and what's scams. And the latest FBI Internet Crime Report showed over 850,000 complaints and more than 16 billion in losses last year, which was up sharply from the year before. And it's a huge, huge number. And that's still not the full picture because a lot of folks don't report it. Because one is, hey, they're embarrassed that it happened, or think, hey, nothing can be done after the fraud has taken place. And it's not just like a big city problem. These scams reach small towns. Just the last month, my husband got the old... used his debit card at the gas station, and someone stole his numbers off his debit card. So it still happens, and it can happen to anyone, even if you're being careful. So that's really what today's about, kind of going over, hey, what things to be mindful of and careful of.
So let's dive into it a little bit. Who's being targeted, Denise, and why? Well, why for money, right?
Well, the why is pretty obvious.
Yeah. So who's being targeted here?
Well, FBI data shows that older adults are the hardest hit. Individuals over 60 lost nearly $5 billion, with a B, billion dollars last year, almost double the amount lost by people in their 50s. And these are people who've worked their whole lives, they've saved carefully, and now they're targeted because scammers see them as pretty trusting and they're financially stable. And it's not really about tech skills, it's about emotions. Scammers know how to build false trust, create urgency, convince you to act before you have time to think. And the most common scams are phishing or spoofing your email or texts, extortion, which, you know, if you accidentally click on something, oh, we've locked your computer. If you don't click on this link, you'll never be able to use your computer again. You know, data breaches. Oh, your data has been breached. You know, you need to. And increasingly fraudulent investment pitches, especially around cryptocurrency.
Oh, careful.
Yes, and crypto-related fraud alone, it makes up $6 billion, with a B, billion dollars in reported losses, and that's really staggering. And the thing people don't realize is that crypto is not regulated or
Fed.
Yeah.
No one's looking at that.
It's kind of the Wild West.
It's the wild west.
Crypto is just growing like crazy.
Oh, it is.
So the rise of crypto scams. Ashleigh, kind of bring me up to date with what's going on here.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people aren't just familiar with crypto and exactly what it does. And then we have all these, since it's non-regulated, we have all these different app bases and saying, hey, invest in crypto here, and then people take advantage of people's lack of knowledge and just misunderstanding to get scams. So what crypto is, it's kind of, you can think about it like a digital currency. It exists online, not in a bank, and it's used for payments or investments. And the whole idea behind crypto, like when it initially got started, was it's non-trackable. So you could do things outside the purview of the government, which sounds great. Flip side is, if you lose it, you lose it.
Yeah.
So it can feel very fast and it's very anonymous, but it doesn't come with those same standard protections you get with a bank from a credit union. So a lot of part that many people missed is once you send out a crypto payment, it's gone. You're not getting it back. It is literally gone and it can't be reversed. And there's no fraud department. So you can call for help, say, hey, this has happened. How do I go back? It's gone. So, and as for those reasons, you can imagine why scammers love crypto, because it's theirs, it's instant, and then it's irreversible. So kind of red flags to be aware of is someone demanding crypto as payment when you normally wouldn't use crypto or
Right,
anything.
right.
And this is one we'll see a lot of those fake apps is huge profits, no risk. This is 100% guaranteed. Those are terror words. If you see those words, look the other way. Because-
Huge red flag.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you see those people, it sounds great, but if it really was great, everyone would be doing it. It'd be talked about. That would be the only investment strategy. So take that as a red flag. Unsolicited investment opportunities, again, hey, we can return 50, 75% of your portfolio. And here's the catch is crypto has that type of performance. So it's super hard to filter out what's the real data versus the fake data. And then sometimes job offers, they'll say, hey, we'll pay you in Bitcoin or other digital currencies. Flip side is they never end up paying you. So one time we'll see quite often is those work from home jobs. They'll say, hey, we are in the new digital. We are doing all this remote work. So let's get our payment system up to date too and use crypto. So they'll start sending small payments, but then they'll say, hey, for the job, we want to make sure we got the routing right. Do you mind sending $5, $10 back to us? And then create that back and forth stream. So kind of awareness is key. And once you kind of recognize these tactics, and again, just take that time to do a little bit more research before you jump in on the deep end.
All these scams share the same pattern. It's all about trust. You know, the scammer takes time. They build a relationship. They eventually create a story that leads to sending money. You know, I think about that MTV show Catfish.
Yeah.
You know, and these people build these online relationships and then, oh, I need money. Can you help me pay my rent? And I mean, it's the same thing. It's not just a financial thing. It's an emotional hit too. And then victims, when they find out that they've been scammed, often feel isolated. And they're hesitant to share. They don't want to talk about it.
And the scammers will tell you not to tell anyone.
Yes.
My grandma had one where someone was calling from Mexico saying, hey, I'm your favorite grandson. I need some help. My parents don't know I'm here. Please send me money.
So to Denise's point, red flags, warning signs, caution. So what do we need to be aware of?
Yeah, these are not green flags or even beige flags. These are red flags. And these ones come from the FBI. So, watch for when someone demands payment in cryptocurrency or gift cards. Gift cards tends to be another big one because it's untraceable. Your promise guarantee profits or high returns, kind of out of the ballpark, and your pressure to act quickly. Gotta act now. And then that person avoids meeting in person or on video. And that one's kind of changing, too, with the use of AI.
Yes.
People can make themselves move on camera when they're not. So then you're asked to move the conversation to a private or encrypted app. Can, again, kind of isolating you from people that mean well. So these are some big red flags. But then there's some proactive steps to kind of protect yourself as well. So keeping personal info like birth dates, kids' names, grandkids' names, and addresses off public social media. So we're all guilty of like posting on Facebook and stuff, but maybe keep the names a little bit more secluded, or at least the addresses. And then research the photos or the names you met of someone online. That I think that goes more for the catfishing and the dating apps and stuff. Saying, hey, is this actually a real person or is this a man that's 50 years old? And then use strong passwords and two-factor authorization. I think a lot of people I know, sometimes I'm guilty of using the same password over and over because it's easy.
And two-factor authentication, you're like, oh, it's just one more step and it's kind of a pain.
But it helps.
It helps. It really does.
Oh!
Two-factor authentication.
So two-factor authentication is when you log into a website, sometimes it says, we're going to send a confirmation to your email or we're going to text you a code to your cell phone.
Yes.
So after you log in and you put your password in, it will say, okay, We're going to send you a two-factor authentication. So they're double checking that so if somebody stole your password or changed your password, this is just a double layer of protection that says, okay, you really are who you say you are.
So wrap this up. What do we need to be aware of to wrap this whole conversation up?
Yeah. Don't take immediate action if they tell you to. So watch and keep monitoring all your accounts. And whenever in doubt, ask someone else.
Stay cautious, stay informed, and remember, again, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is.